Howdy y'all, welcome to Nerd Studio. Today we have the Canik 55 TP9. It's a weird gun, but very oddly cool. It's a 9mm striker fired gun that's single double action. Yeah, single double action. It has a decocker and it has a 2-stage trigger. Well, what do I say about that? It's odd, but the thing's a blast to shoot. And here's the kicker: it's cheap, $309 from J&G Sales. I've seen them, heard them lower, like the $299 range. Let me just say it: this is a bargain. It came with 2 magazines. It came with a knockoff holster. Like the Serpa, a knockoff of the Serpa. It came with a replaceable back strap. The fit and finish on the gun for $309, yeah, not bad at all. Let me see if I can prop this up here a little bit so you can see it a little better. It's crazy. Let's just sort of run through the function of it. So it's obviously it's clear. Send and slide home. It has a loaded chamber indicator right back here. The sights are 3-dot combat sights. You get a little edge here. I think you could probably pull the slide if you needed to. The slide has a beveled edge to it. It's kind of cool. This one's in the titanium finish, which is pretty neat. So it's cocked. Up here is the decocker. I can do this without pointing it at myself because that's just bad form. So you press down on this guy, you hear it, that decocks it. So now you have a striker fired double action pistol. But when it's cocked, you've got a single action pistol with a 2-stage trigger. See that? And then it's crazy. It took me about 20 rounds to get used to that. And then the reset on it is okay. It's not terribly audible, but I think you can see from the shooting video, I'm doing just fine with it. So there you go. It's got, you know, the decocker is technically ambidextrous. The magazine release is, you can swap it. The magazines are, you know, kind of bare bones. I haven't looked to see if you can find extra magazines yet. These say they're made by Mekgar. For Canik 55. I don't know the Mekgar company. I may look that up. It's a lot of fun to shoot. I was surprised that this holster is, I'm not a outside the waistband holster guy, but the holster actually is pretty nice. It held up pretty well. Well, it held up extremely well, don't get me wrong. It's got the, you know, the paddle adapter thing. I'm not, like I said, I'm not an outside the waistband guy. I tend to carry concealed, although around the farm I do carry it outside the waistband. This may actually become my farm gun because it's kind of neat that way and cheap. So let's break it down because that is also different, but not difficult. So you, if it's cocked, you decock it. And right here on both sides are two tabs. You pull those two tabs down like that and push the slide forward, and that's it. And then from here it looks like your basic striker fired gun. You know, the slide feels really well made. I don't know about all the springs and stuff in here. I can't speak to, you know, long-term viability of this gun. But you know, from the looks of it, after 200 rounds, it looks pretty good. Now, the one knock on this is going to be this. These are polymer guide rails. So, you know, I would guess that that's probably the first place it's going to wear on it. You know, if you had a limited budget and you wanted a decent striker fired gun that you could use for home defense, or like I do, packing it around a farm, at $309 is pretty cheap. I haven't seen what they're like used. I don't know much about the market here. I try not to look up too much on guns when I do reviews on them, because it's part of the gig on the channel is, you know, you're watching me noodle my way through it. So there you go. Put it back together. Piece of cake. Slide it in. Spring back in. And there you go. Decock it again. So that's what I know. I'm going to do several videos on this gun, mostly about wear and tear. I was really surprised at the trigger thing. Took very little getting used to, and it's not at all gritty. It's a little stout, but you know, geez, a striker fired gun with a single double action trigger, it's so weird. It gives you lots of carry options. You could load around, decock it, and now you're carrying like a 1911. You know, I probably would not carry it like that with the trigger in the second stage, but you know, you decock it and you're ready to go. Once this gun starts to run, the trigger is actually really nice. And honestly, the double action trigger was not terrible. So if you had to start out that way, it was pretty doable. The gun feels really good. It shoots well. I think the sights are probably a little bit to the left, although I tend to pull low and left because that's what shooters do. Alright, well, you've got some shooting video. I'm not going to clean this gun until I start to see malfunctions, so I know what the round count is for that. I cleaned it when I first got it, but I'm not going to clean it from here because I want to see the durability of it. Alright, the Canik 55 TP9 in a titanium finish. Cool looking, different features. Shoots really nice. It's a lot of fun to shoot. Alright, we'll see you next time. you.